Hello everybody and welcome back to Mobility in Motion for Medicine in Motion, and today I'm going to talk about shoulder mobility, specifically ways you can either correct shoulder mobility or warm up for activities that have a lot of overhead throwing, like pitching, volleyball. This motion is pretty violent on the shoulder, and oftentimes people they don't have the backwards mobility they need, so they end up straining trying to get there, and we want to try and fix some of that. With two ideas here today. Number one, if you're in a gym and you've got an adjustable bench, you're going to do what some people call the WLYT, YTWL. There's a lot of ways to go about leaning these together, but it's talking about the shape your arms are making. So you take the adjustable bench up and you're laying on it so that when you're lifting your arms, you're actually lifting against gravity. Because if I go overhead, gravity stops for me about here and I'm merely shifting across gravity. So by laying down, that end of range motion becomes gravity loaded. So you're going to lay down, chest on the bench, and I like to start with my arms bent up like this into doing what's called a W. So I'm lifting my arms up like a book. And you notice I've got my thumbs up because that's the way in which I'm trying to get my hands to go, following the thumbs. And the thought is actually pinching the shoulder blades at the top, really squeezing up into that. 10 repetitions like that. Number two will be you get up to the top of that W position and you internally and externally rotate the shoulder, greasing that groove and learning. You'll find very quickly most people will have one side that goes further than their other, and this will help you to open all of that up. After 10 repetitions of that, drop your arms down and raise them up in a Y, like you're reaching out to 10 and 2 on a clock. 10 repetitions of that. Finally, in this mode, you're going to drop down, turn the thumbs out, lift in a T. 10 repetitions, thinking about the shoulder blades, pulling them together because that's where all this movement's originating from. So that's idea number one. Number two is the stick. I was introduced to this exercise by a bodybuilder actually, and the idea is that your shoulder is a floating hip. Fullest range of motion of any joint in the body, at least 12 variations of movement in there as far as distension, rotating, internal, external. I mean, you can just do so much because the scapula slides, the clavicle moves, and the joint itself moves. And this takes care of a lot of that, what the shoulder should do. So you get yourself a stick, grab it all the way out to the ends to start. And the idea is that you're going to take, with your elbows locked, all the way around and back down without unlocking those elbows. So if you get stuck here and you have to start bending your arms, just work the range of motion that you're comfortable in, like that, until eventually you'll almost fall into it. Healthy shoulders can do this. And so you work on that 20 to 30 repetitions. That's an everyday kind of thing. It functions as a nice mobility creator, mobility builder, and also a warm-up. Put those ideas into effect. Take care.